We got all the lights that we need. We got a fogger. We got a thermostat right here. All sorts of goodies. That's a good looking cabinet right there. Dude, look at that. This thing is sick. Oh, I'm gonna cut a finger off. So we got Mister running right now to help water our live plants. I'm super stoked. Beautiful enclosure to have inside the house. So without further ado, let's go get our new creatures. What is going on, my friends, my YouTube family? How is everyone doing? I'm not gonna make this a sad video, but things have been pretty sad lately. Just getting back to filming stuff. We were supposed to do the raffle yesterday, Sunday. By the time you guys see this, it'll probably be different. I just wasn't feeling being on camera and stuff. But actually, we're doing a live video tonight for the raffle. So by the time you guys see this, we'll already pick a winner for the feather thing. Dude. Dingo, the whole Dingo situation. For those of you that don't know, Dingo has passed away. It's just really messes me up. I know it probably messes a lot of people up. But for me, you know, Dingo, always looked up to Dingo for animal conservation and education and all the stuff that he does with his animals. He's got Crocs, Venomous, all sorts of things. The hoof stock that he does, the giraffe, the freaking everything. Dingo's an amazing person and loves sharing his love for these beautiful animals that we are allowed to keep with the world, you know? And that was cool. But like, my main thing is Dingo, hanging out with him in person, you know, the several times that we did hang out, you know, just seeing the way he interacted with his wife and his children was just literally like the thing that I looked up to him the most. Not only was he an animal guy, yeah, cool, animal guy. We're animal people. We're used to taking care of animals. I'm used to taking care of animals. My whole life I've been taking care of animals. So being a father for me just came second nature. I'm so used to taking care of things, you know. Taking care of my daughter is just the best, most rewarding thing ever. It's nothing like, you think you love your dog? No, imagine how much you love your dog and then times that by like 1,000. That's how much you love your children. And just seeing how much Dingo just loved his freaking children, did everything for them. Rex was following in his footsteps, just the whole nine, man. It's just what got me the most. And I don't know, this is gonna be a game changer just for me. Just I've spent the last 48 hours just really contemplating like what I want to do with my future and the future of Riders Ranch. You guys know I've been really trying to get into more non-venomous cool animals. Like we got the Barons, we got the Falsies, we got the Hognose, mildly venomous, but I'm really trying to pump the brakes on the things that are gonna actively try to unalive me on a daily basis. And I don't know if you guys probably remember my, you know, whoever's been watching this channel for a while, you'll know that when I found out I was gonna be a father, I rehomed my Mambas. I gave my green Mambas to Mark McCarthy. I don't keep taipans, I don't keep any other kind of crazy thing like that. I don't need any more venomous, you know what I mean? Shatid is enough, she's dangerous enough. Maybe she'll go to Chandler's one day, not too sure. But the other stuff, I might be getting rid of some of like the rattlesnakes that I don't, not my big rattlesnakes. A couple of those little Easterns I have, the Central American rattlesnake, just things that are just like actively try to bite me that I don't need. Obviously, I'm not getting rid of my Rankals. My Rankals Cobra I got from Dingo. That snake is gonna stay around till it dies for Dingo's sake. And yeah, guys, you're gonna see some different stuff from me now. I'm gonna start handling things much more safely. Even though I already do things way more safely than I used to. Now I'm gonna be even more safe because I can't have any more close calls. I would never want to have a bite like that. Like, it just scares the crap out of me doing what I do for a living, and just like the thought of my daughter growing up without me is just like, it terrifies me. And it just absolutely breaks my heart with this whole Dingo situation. And dude, my condolences, my love goes out to Christy, goes out to the kids. It's terrible. It's freaking awful. The show is gonna go on, okay? Dingo, like Brian, man, Dingo doesn't want us. Dingo's hanging out with Brian right now, and I'm sure they're looking down. Same thing with my boy Travis that passed away a few years ago. Like, it really had me down in the dumps for a while, and it was like, they don't want to see us like that, you know what I mean? Like, Dingo doesn't want to see his family just miserable and sad and just like lingering, you know what I mean? Neither does Brian, neither does any of your loved ones, you know? So you gotta really try to pull yourself out of the funk and keep on going, even though, trust me, I really don't want to keep going sometimes. Like, filming when you're upset and doing all this, it's really hard. But today, we're gonna keep on keeping on, all right? and we have a fun video finally to post. So today we're setting up a new enclosure. I got a couple new animals at this last Scales Expo, my buddy Ryan's show. So EXOTERRA was kind enough to send me this whole ass care package. Look at this. Huge cage, a sweet cabinet. We got all the lights that we need. We got a fogger. We got a thermostat right here. All sorts of goodies. So huge shout out to EXOTERRA and my boy Logan for making this all happen. I really appreciate it, and I'm looking forward to working more with them in the future. So today we're gonna set up a badass enclosure for a couple new animals that I just got at the Scales Expo. I'll show you guys after we set everything up. Maybe you guys can guess. Until then, really cool. And the coolest part is that I've been thinking about names for these guys, and I really want to name the male after our boy Dingo. So we're just gonna have to figure out what to name the female. But let's start building this stuff right now. So the first thing we gotta do is we got this terrarium cabinet. Very, very cool. They make their own cabinets now that work perfectly with their cages. We got this extra tall, all glass cage right here. Let's get this thing opened up and built. And dude, this cabinet is quality. Normally when you buy cabinets for things, they're like these crappy particle board, super thin. This is particle board, but look how thick these things are. Super sturdy, which is awesome because that's a pretty big tank we're gonna put on here. And there's not too many pieces, so it shouldn't take me too long to build. Get this thing together, get the cage on there, and start doing all the scaping. Ooh, would you look at that? That's a good looking cabinet right there. So now it is time to put this on, and you can see this is the back of the cage. And I'm actually really excited because this one comes with a natural background. Check that out. How freaking cool is that? So I already have a background. Saves me some time because now we don't have to go and do a background like I'm doing on that vision cage out in the snake room right now. We have a nice natural background, pretty sweet. All I have to do is just decorate it, put some branches in there. We got all sorts of stuff right now. So let's get this on top of the stand and out of this box. Dude, look at that. This thing is sick. Fits in this little space perfect right next to my window looking outside. Fits the base literally perfect. We got a bottom storage area because we're gonna set up a fogger and all sorts. We could put whatever supplies down there. Let's get this a little bit better lit so we can work on it and do the lights up top first. Oh, this hurts me a little bit though. Look what we noticed. Oh, it actually has a crack going down the side. Oh, that hurts, but whatever. Doesn't look too bad. I'll have to talk to EXOTERRA about it, but it's not too bad. It's not messing with the strength of the tank. I don't feel like it's something to worry about where the animals will be able to break out of it, so that's all right. It's gonna have to do for now. So the lights that we're using, we got just a dome light right here with a 100-watt intense basking spot for these guys. And then I also have this plant light from EXOTERRA as well. Now this is gonna help. We're gonna do some live and some artificial plants in here. Much better. Got both the lights on there. Got the plant light on one side, got the heat light on the other. Now it's time to start filling up the bottom with some substrate and start decorating. So the first thing we're gonna put down for our substrate is this bioactive volcanic substrate, which is a carbon active base material. Really help with the bioactivity in this vivarium because it's gonna have a live plant in it. It's gonna be some artificial, like I said before. Oh. God, I just hit that part. Gotta be really careful with that. But we're gonna put some isopods in here. We're gonna have a fogger, a mist system. It's gonna be a really cool enclosure. I'm pumped. So let's put this down first. And then once we put this carbon down, I have a bunch of repti bark to put on top of it. So we'll just do a nice little layer of this first. So we got about 2 inches of the carbon. And we're gonna go ahead and do this cork bark, or orchid bark. Not cork bark. Cork bark is cork husk. This is actual bark, not so husky, a little bit smaller. So we're gonna do a nice layer of this stuff right on top. And you can see the 2 layers right there. And this should be perfect for them. Nice. All right, so now, next step, these guys like to climb and bask, right? Okay, who's guessing? Did you guys guess yet? I don't know. So we're gonna go get a nice new branch. We got a whole bunch of branches in the back. Let's go pick one out, find a really cool branch configuration for this. So check out my stash pile of wood that I got from my boy Jason. Shout out to Jason. West Coast Woodworks. I'll put the link for Jason down below. He's out of California. My dog, dude, he's the best guy to get wood from. Absolutely beautiful pieces. We got these two-toned pieces. Dude, just some really, really beautiful branches, dude. So I'm trying to find something. Actually, this one's pretty good right here. I want to find something that can go in there. Maybe something like that. And then another piece that we can screw together. I kind of really like this one too. So maybe like a combination of the two. Boom, boom, boom. Once we get some plants growing on it, some viney stuff, should look really, really cool. Right? So this piece and this piece, or just this piece. We're gonna bring both and see how they fit. All right, this piece is actually perfect. That piece we'll use for the indigos. I got a lot of wood, so that way we can redo the indigo enclosures. I have some new snakes coming in the next day or two that I'm really freaking excited about. So we'll use some wood to set up those cages too. But right now, this is looking pretty good. We just need to cut some branches, so that way it fits in here. Maybe even cut this one off. But that'll be perfect because they'll have branches. They can kind of, this slopes down, they can regulate their temperature. They can go on this one if they don't want to be too hot. If they want to heat up, they can go up top, you know what I mean? Give them some options. Got my sweet little handheld chainsaw. This thing's pretty tight. Always comes in pretty handy. So I'll just, woo, a little dangerous. Oh, I'm gonna cut a finger off. Oh my God. All right, so let's get that fitted in there. Fits perfect. So now it's the right width. Got a couple branches coming out. Should be good. Now let's put some cork bark in there. We got all sorts of fun things. So we have a water bowl and we have a food dish, okay? Because I want to keep it nice and clean. So I need area for that on the ground. So I need to keep that in mind. But I really would like to put some photos. I got this so I can put it down like this and then put the plants inside the bark, so that way it can just grow outside the bark and then hopefully cover this whole back part and start growing on this branch as well. So I think I might try to stick this in the corner and then we'll go grab some plants outside. I have some vines that are hanging on a tree ready to go for this. Let me just make sure this is gonna close. Yeah, it closes. That's cool. All right, so that actually works out pretty well. So we're gonna put that like that. Maybe we should put it in the slots. Let's see. We'll figure this out. That like that. Yeah, there we go. And then put the plants in here to grow out over this. Yeah, that's a good idea. And then we have another piece right here for when they want to go to sleep at night. I'm sure they're gonna want a nice little area that feels super secure. So we'll go ahead and put that down on the ground like that. Make sure we still have room for the food bowl and the water bowl. Water bowl will probably go right here, and then their food can go right there. So that is perfect. Yeah, looks good. Now it's time for some greenery. So we're gonna go grab these vines I have outside. So I've had this up in the tree just chilling and growing. So these vines are on pretty long side, which is great. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna try to take a good section of it out and then replant it into that round piece of cork bark that I have. So I'm pretty much just gonna rip this thing right in half and repropagate it inside the cage. Check it out. So this is a pretty good section right there. We're gonna plant that right in the middle. These guys will continue to grow. Boom, baby. All right, so the way I'm gonna do this is just pretty much stick these roots right into this freaking thing like it's a freaking planter. Here we go. Should be good to go. This thing will just keep on growing. Put them on the branches like this. Give it a good water when we're done. We have a misting system that EXOTERRA sent me as well, which I'm super pumped about. And not only that, now that we have this beautiful stand for the cage, it's gonna be really cool because I can just hide the mister down below. It'll be super seamless. Nobody will see anything. It'll just be this nice, beautiful planted tank. Super. Yeah, it works. That looks pretty good. Woo! Look at this! So we got Mister running right now to help water our live plants. The photos right here. We've got the water bowl over here on the left side. We got the feeding bowl right here. Is where we're gonna put all the food items. This animal is mostly vegetarian, still eats some meat. Really, really cool. Super awesome setup. The bottom, we have the little baby mister right here from EXOTERRA. It's the Monsoon Solo, this little guy. I also have a bigger one for the bigger stuff outside, but these little misters are freaking awesome. You can set them a couple different ways. Right now I have it on constant on, But there's also, you know, you can set it for every other hour, every 2 hours, every 8 hours, 12 hours. And then over here is the duration, which is however long you want it to run, whether it's 8 minutes, 12, 30. There's a whole bunch of different options on here. Perfect, nice, compact little misting system. The thing is freaking awesome. And as you can see, bro, this cage looks pretty sweet, right? I'm super stoked. Beautiful enclosure to have inside the house. Nice glass cage so these animals can see us all the time and interact with us all the time, get super used to us, because I want them to be puppy dog tame when they're older. So without further ado, let's go get our new creatures. I'm excited about this, really pumped. So, while I was at the expo, this guy, Joe, came up to me. And he's like, hey man, really interested in your false water cobras. Would you be willing to trade? He showed me his iguanas. Beautiful, beautiful Cyclura breeder. Has all sorts of different kinds of Cyclura. And he actually had my favorite, which is the Lewisi hybrids, all right? Look at that, look at little Dingo right there. Oh, Dingo. Graham, we could call him Graham and Dingo. Funny thing about Dingo is, Dingo's real name was Graham. Whoever didn't know that. We used to call him Graham sometimes, and he would actually not think it was very funny. But this is little Dingo. And he's beautiful. So the blue iguanas are crossed with the Cuban rocks. So they make this Lewisi hybrid. So he's gonna be a blue-headed hybrid. Absolutely gorgeous. We'll put a couple of videos of some adults in this video. So I got him from Joe at Jurassic Reptiles. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. I'll have it in the video correctly, and the link will be down below. Go make sure to follow Joe over on the gram. Give him a follow and check out his beautiful iguanas. Just, not only are they beautiful, but just look how tame he is. They're so cool. Now, a lot of the times when rhinos are little, they're very like skittish and fast and crazy. These guys are not. Both. This is the boy. And then the little girl, we still have to name. The little girl's right here. Now, we just have them temporary in the racks. They've only been in this rack system for, what, maybe 3 or 4 days. There's heat on the back. So don't be like, oh, they don't have heat or anything. This is all heated. There's thermostats, everything's under heat. It's all under heat, so they stay nice and warm. Oh yeah, she's super warm. And this is the female. Probed them out at the show. Put a little dot of pink on there for her. She's absolutely beautiful. And another thing that I would might as well address right now, because everybody asks in videos, and I've said it in a bunch of other videos before, I just haven't made a video about just this topic, but everybody always asks what happened to Drogo and Khaleesi, my rhinos. I gave them to my buddy Steve, what was it, last winter when it was getting really cold, just because he has this great setup. He's got all sorts of Cyclura on his property, breeding, living happily, a huge community, huge outdoor enclosure. So I gifted them to Steve just because I knew that they would just have a better life over there for the time being. You know, I'm still trying to build enclosures over here and do that sort of thing. So they're over at Steve's house. I might get them back in the future, especially Khaleesi, just because I miss her so much. But at least now we have these two guys to raise with my daughter inside, because I can't wait for Ryder to just be able to interact with them and watch them grow up. But watch them grow up with Ryder even. These guys lived for a very long time. Cyclura are known to live for anywhere between 60 and 70 years, which is crazy. These guys live for a long time. So I very well could have these cute little guys for the rest of my life. But look how freaking adorable they are though. So cute, the female and the male. Ugh, I love them. And they're kind of distinguishable too. Like, see how he has more bands on him? And they kind of darken up and lighten up as the day goes. How their mood is, they change, especially like when they get adults, you know. I feel like when it's hotter out, they're lighter, and then when it starts to cool down, they kind of get darker for some reason. But dude, little Dingo is real freaking cool. My little bud. Hell yeah. Let's go get them set up in the cage and see how they like it. Outside, you can actually really see their coloring. Just absolutely gorgeous. Ugh, they're so freaking cute when they're little, right? I can't wait to see how they're gonna be in like, say 5 years from now, you know? Just totally different than this. In an outdoor enclosure, nice big ass enclosure outside. But these guys are little, and it'll give me plenty of time to get ready. I had no plans on getting some no animals this weekend, but he wanted a false water cobra. I have always wanted the blue head Lewisi hybrids. Finally got them. Let's go see how they like their cage. Oh God, I just had a freaking heart attack. So we were walking back into the house, and I guess just the sunlight and the warmth of being outside, they got all nimbly bimbly. They both jumped off of me and took off, dude. Thank God we're good at catching freaking lizards, because, bro, my heart is still beating 1,000,000 miles an hour. All right, so let's take Dingo. Dingo, put you down. Look at that brains, dude. Oh, that's gonna be a favorite branch. I can see it right now. Let's put your girlfriend right there. So we gotta name it. So comment down below, guys. What should we name these little cuties? Look at them like that. Oh, absolutely perfect. They love it. That's so cool. Yeah, what a great enclosure, man. EXOTERRA, thank you guys so freaking much. Jurassic reptiles, Joe. Thank you, bro. I love them. They're great. Dingo, love you, bro. Miss you. Freaking RIP, dude. So crazy still. Super freaking crazy. But Dingo wouldn't want everybody to be all down and depressed and all that, you know what I mean? We'd want us to keep on continuing doing what we're doing, teaching people about animals and helping conservation and doing all that sort of thing. So that's it, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this build. You guys gotta meet the new little critters that we have now inside. Can't wait for Ryder. Ryder's already seen him before. Ryder was with me when we got him, but she'll be home in a couple days, and then we'll get to really see her play with them, so that'll be fun. So that's it. TylerNolanTattoos.com for all your merch. Go on my website, fill out a form, book an appointment to get tattooed. Still booking for the end of the year. Plenty of stuff open. I got some time. Let me know, all right? So I'll see you on the next one. We gotta go clean some snake cages. So next video, we got a snake video coming out. So stay tuned for that, all right? Peace out. Love you guys. God bless.